how your pedigree is.
Google me, bitch.
Building something bigger than our views. If you're ready for the next, come and step into the room. Pop up, show out, let the city see you move. Real opportunity at Pop Up Palooza. From the streets to the suites, yeah, we changing the rules. If we win, we all win. Pop Up Palooza.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Pop Up Palooza, the podcast. We're here to elevate, grow, and connect. And today is a very, very special episode. But of course, I'm going to introduce you to the crew. We got KD with us. And in production, we got C's, Zoe, and Bugs on the board. So today is a little bit special for me because I've always been a martial arts fan from birth. And one thing I always noticed is, martial arts was a community-based thing, but nobody ever paid attention to the business of the art. And today we have a renowned Grandmaster, Professor Mo. Professor Mo, you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, I'm Professor Mo, and I represent the 52 Block Federation. And you guys can check us out on YouTube, of course, and on the internet as we continue to grow together.
Okay, all right. So the first thing we always do, especially here in this podcast, we try to generate exactly the mindset of the business of things and how you collaborate business with everything. Because we do pop-ups, we love pop-ups and the pop-up idea. And what I've seen over the time, especially, disclaimer, it's a personal relationship because my son was a student of his, okay? My son was a student. Yeah. And just to see your acumen and how you train, I saw you teach, I saw you mentor. You know what I'm saying? How did you and when did you decide to say, you know what, this is more than just my outreach to the community. This is a business.
Long story short, I was at my job, and they used to have a term for it. They used to call it a slave. So I was at my slave, doing my thing, and I was listening. Somebody gave me these motivational tapes. Okay. Shout out to Tony Robbins. And I would come early in the morning and listen to the tapes before I had to go to work, actual work. And tape number 5, I started crying. In the office, I'm boohoo crying. He's like, yo, man. And he asked me, are you happy with your life, what you're doing, where you at this particular time? And, God gives you gifts, but you have to use those gifts.
Absolutely.
And I decided on that day that I would be leaving the job. And I went to the office and I let them know I would be leaving at a certain time. I won't be there anymore. But I also was jealous too. I was jealous because I was a competing martial artist at the time. But of course the job is what served my family. Right. But I went all over trying to compete and doing different things. And I would notice that there were guys, white guys, who had a bunch of students, a plethora of students and nice cars and all kinds of other stuff. Meanwhile, me and my dudes, we the baddest dudes on the planet. We beating everybody.
Right.
We the champions. But these guys, we call them office workers. These office workers are killing the game. When they come into the event, like for instance, the martial arts super show, which is a super show. Now I got to get on a plane. I got to fly out to Vegas. A lot of times when you do business, we don't want to go outside of our comfort zone. And I like when you're talking about, let's talk about business. Business requires travel, and it requires maybe first an investment. In every business, you have to invest. And I think for me in the beginning, I was like a lot of people. I wasn't willing to invest. I thought something was going to come to me because of who I was or whatever I did.
Just old.
Yeah, I'm owed this. Right. I read this book that talks about things being acceptable and even with people. And I thought people would do stuff just because they like me. Right. But in the book it says it has to be a win-win situation. Well, and a lot of us deal with a win, lose. I don't give an F about your loss. Right. And because of who I am, I'm going to continue to ask you to do. Can I curse?
It's a free show, bro.
I got to file them out. I'm file them out. I'm going to continue to ask you to do shit for me, stuff that profits me. But what is the win-win situation? And you constantly find your life in some people win-lose. Everybody around them loses. Like, you do a great favor for me. I'm expecting you to indefinitely do that for me?
No, not at all.
I ran one of the biggest tournaments in New York City. Guy came to me and he brought me 30 students. The big mistakes that you make as a promoter is, do you expect him to bring 30 students for you every year? That's not his obligation. What's the win for him?
Right.
So I left that job and I started looking at the martial arts as a business. So I became more organized. I became more deliberate. And as a martial artist, it helped me as a martial artist because I became more detailed. I no longer depended on talent. I depended on curriculum, not talent.
Okay.
Because I can get a kid right now, and I don't know, I think you remember the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger?
Yeah, absolutely.
I never taught them shit. They came in, their mothers was taking the Taibo class, and I didn't have nothing. I put the mats down. I said, yo, run off the wall and kick.
Just give them something to do.
These dudes would run off the wall and kick it. Everybody's like, oh, Professor Mo taught them that. No, that's a natural talent. Us regular people, the other kids, they stayed on the ground. That's the exception. You see the exception in that, even in sports.
Right.
I'll wait for that to pass. Even in sports, I was a good basketball player. When I got on the court with the pros, it was different.
Correct.
Because everybody was talented. Everybody can get 20 points. Everybody can get 30. So it was different when I'm dealing with the pros. Except even with fighters, when you deal with us who have fought, everybody got a theory.
Right.
What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan
Until
they get hit.
Yeah.
Everybody got a plan until they get hit. I hear a lot of people, I look on YouTube sometimes, these guys who are experts, the first thing I watch is the environment. They got these nice, cushy dojos telling you all what their perception of self-defense is. But we live in it. We live in that.
Every day.
We understand what street to walk on, what street not to walk on. We understand when we see a bunch of guys on the corner, you don't walk through them.
Correct.
If you're walking through them, you're looking for it. We understand that. But,
Might not be today, because today they like challenging things,
Well, then you're going to get hit in the back of the head. And then that, you were stupid for what you did. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So you've been around the block, if you could say. So who would you say is your most impressionist that you work with? Who's most impressive?
Gotta be Wesley, because Wesley's from the neighborhood. Wesley's a real martial artist. And, Wesley Snipes, I had to stop him from getting in fights.
Okay.
He's the only client. Like, I was Wayne Gretzky's bodyguard. Wayne was Wayne Gretzky when he played for the Rangers.
Yeah.
So I became his bodyguard. So Wayne was real nice, go home, blah, blah, blah. Wesley was hanging out, doing his thing. And then people would try to challenge Blade.
Of course.
Really? Okay.
And I had to dude, no, you can't do that. He said, well, we're going to come up with a signal. No, we're not going to come up with a signal. We're going to stop you from getting sued.
Right. Facts.
So I love working with Wes. He's doing 52s. He does anything, any martial arts system he can do. He's an A-type.
Right.
Question from production.
Sure.
I know statute of limitations might be up, but we need at least one story. One Wesley story.
One
Palladium, something, nightclub, cheetah, restaurant. Like, we need one.
We've heard
that you can. The one that you put in your book.
I'm gonna be very careful because I never want to be. What's this guy, Gene?
Gene Deal.
Gene Deal, yeah.
Man, he is one of the worst for the business. I'm so offended every time I hear his fucking ass talk. I want to smack the shit out of him. But Puffy deserves that, because I was actually supposed to be running Puffy's security when he opened up Justin's. And I came to him and I said to him, I said, the dudes you got around you trying to get pussy, we're going to fire all of them. I'm going to bring in my guys. And Puffy looked at me, he said, oh, look here, guys. We got the bodyguard. We got Kevin Costner here.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think that shit was funny.
Oh, man.
Of course, I was sensei mode in. Sensei mode will punch you in the face. So I was like, all right, let me just go. And then later on, unfortunately, we lost Biggie Smalls. But there were things that I would not have done with him. First of all, I would have never had him driving the car. That's crazy. Second of all, when we got beef in L.A., they clearly had beef in L.A. You got to have an L.A. guy with us.
Right.
That's
No matter where you go, got to have somebody
that's
at
just
home.
common sense. You got to have the people. I did a movie with Jet Li called The One, and we had to get permission from the Bloods to come into the neighborhood. Hollywood.
Right.
We had to get permission. We had to roll with them. We came in on a bus, and the bus had bars and shit on it. Yo! And we everything was done out of a church out of there, but we had to have permission. You just don't, y'all watch the movie Training Day, that shit is real. That shit is real. When you go in that neighborhood, you got to have permission to go in that bad boy.
Right.
And we had to have.
So that's kind of along the lines of what in hip hop they refer to as like that check-in process. But a lot of people, I feel, there was an interview with Nipsey Hussle a while back where he kind of went into detail explaining checking in, and then I got a better understanding of it because I was like, it makes sense. If you're coming into my hood,
He was the one that
it's not an exploitation thing. It's just I'm gonna be in your area. I'm over here.
Right. You got to check in, man.
I just want to make sure everything will be cool, and then sometime, and actually, because we're talking about business, it is kind of a business.
It is.
relationship.
It is.
Because now, I might partake in some of things, and whatever that might be that you're involved in. Also, I might, if you're having a showcase, I'll give a few tickets. I'm just saying in your world.
I understand.
A few passes for some of your people to come in, as long as you keep it peaceful. But it's going to also make sure that the crowd that's at my event can peacefully leave and go about, because they're giving the word out like, hey, Professor's having an event.
Right.
Keep it cool. Keep it peaceful.
Right.
Right. So that's that.
It's business, man, with those
Rules
guys.
to this. Rules to this.
So the story with Wesley, we had a good time.
Oh yeah, let's get to
He's
the
a
Wesley
married
story.
man. He got kids and everything, but this is before all of that. But the story with Wesley was one night, this guy wanted to talk to Wesley. And he was aggressive about wanting to have a conversation. And I said to him, you can't really talk to Wesley right now. I want to talk to Blade. I want to talk to Blade now. I don't give a fuck about you. I said, guess what? I don't give a fuck about you. So you can't talk to him right now, blah, blah, blah. And Wesley, usually your client will stand behind you. This dude gets in front. He had to see that little saucy, He gets in front. He goes, yo, they think I'm soft. They think I'm soft.
Sounds like somebody I know.
That sounds like Nino Brown.
Yeah, Nino Brown came out. And I had to I said, see what you started, man? Come on, man. And I had to really calm him down and have a conversation with him. He had a little drinking a little bit, having a good time. But he just said, they think I'm soft. You think you can just come up here?
Just the movies.
So. And he's a real dude. That's that Bronx coming out.
And I think too, like you said, that it's his brand. So your job is to protect his brand.
At all means.
Right, because it can mess up the business, the money.
I take the hit.
Your job is not only physically to protect him, but to protect the accounts from getting hit from lawsuits.
Like you said that. You said you take the hit.
Yeah, you have to take the hits.
Yeah.
Whether it's the verbal abuse or I don't give a fuck about you because you like that you have that discipline in your
Right.
That doesn't mean nothing. Or if it gets confrontational, you have the skills to to quickly douse that fire out and protect the brand.
And with Snipes, you got to ask him to let you do your job. You know, you got to ask him, like, come on, man, just let me say, you don't need to be the bodyguard, bro. You know, Wesker, one night, I don't know if it was the same night, because it's 20 years ago, he think we gonna fight. No, we ain't gonna fight. Because if you fight,
then you ain't doing your job.
You know, I'm not doing my job.
Right.
Also, the studio pays a situation to have me on board because of the fact of, let's say he gets in a fight, he wins the fight, he gets a black eye. Production stops.
Production stops.
Production stops.
Right, yeah.
So I'm not only taking a hit for him,
Yeah, you getting hit.
I'm taking a hit for production.
Yeah.
Because production stops. If he gets hit and he get a black eye, next thing I know, all my shit in my apartment that they gave me would be out on, like it was some movie with some chick or something. All my stuff would be out in the street.
You know, and I know.
You hear that? You hear that, Jason?
Yeah. Oh, wow. On that note,
Protect production, okay?
We're going to take a small break because here at Pop Up Palooza, you never know what might happen.
Great, man.
Welcome back to the Pop Up Palooza podcast, where we elevate, connect, and grow. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, let us know how you feel. So today, again, I said we're going to have a specialist episode. It's the martial arts episode featuring Professor Mo. And, you know, we heard your stories about Wesley. He was in one with Jet Li and everything, but I don't think people really know you. They're probably going to try to look you up, try to prove some things. You know how we are today.
I love it.
So, won't you tell us about yourself? Tell us how you came up and how your pedigree is.
Google me, bitch. No, I'm just you can Google me. You can talk shit, but that shit comes up. So, like I told you earlier about the job situation, we had bounty hunters. So I wanted to do. I said, whatever I do has to have some martial art stuff in it. My Shotokan instructor, Reno Morales, God bless him, he was a bounty hunter. So I would see him in the tournament, but he was a bounty hunter. And I said to him, man, you know, he knew who I was. He saw me in the tournament. And I trained in V-Honest Jiu-Jitsu, but, you know, I fought a lot of Shotokan, traditional karate stuff, and also the USA Karate team. So he taught me in the mornings at 7 o'clock. With some old mitts. I don't know how old these damn mitts were. I don't even know why they even exist. But he had these old mitts, and he had to be there every morning at 6. And then when I decided to leave the business, he said to me, and I saw this in a movie. There was a movie called A Collector. I told my daughter, watch the movie Collector. She said, why?
I think.
No, it was Scott Adkins. The Collector. I said, watch that movie, baby, because that's what Daddy used to do. And the same thing, he came to him, yo, man, you collect some money? So I started doing the bounty hunting, and it got pretty good. Then now I'm hustling now.
Right.
So now I'm doing security for clubs. And I said, why don't we organize this? That's where the organization, the business comes in. I was one of the early guys that stopped the white boys from being the doorman. Because when they found out that black men, like Buddha, you're articulate, you're big,
That's right.
you're black, you could be secure, but you could be the doorman too.
Right.
Because some of you guys, young guys, don't remember, they used to have some white dude with a weird outfit and a book.
Suit.
You,
The board, yes.
you,
Yes.
not you.
Yeah.
And we would have to fight because people wanted to beat this guy up because, you know, he didn't look like one. And so we had security out there anyway.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, now they can come to the door and they can say, hey man, can I get in? And you can go, yes, no, good to meet you. One of the times, Tommy Hilfiger came to the bar that I was running. At this time now, I own I'm one of the owners of the bar on 77th Street in Amsterdam called Vermouth. It's a chirping chicken now.
Was that?
Look it up, bitch! Look it up, bitch!
I think that was that Chaz and Wilson. We went to that
I
joint
think with
one time.
Chaz and Wilson.
Chaz and Wilson, yeah.
What was that
When
other
people would
spot?
go to the Beacon Theater, there used to
the
be
Ashton
a
Simpson
parking
spot.
spot across there. No, Ashton Simpson's on the other block.
77,
Okay.
Yeah, 77 is that's Chaz and Wilson.
77 in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So Tommy Hilfiger comes by, and he wants to get in. I said, "You're not properly dressed, sir." I didn't know.
I love it.
I didn't know who Tommy Hilfiger was.
Oh.
Right.
I was.
He didn't have the Grand Poobah look with the Hilfiger hat and all.
Not acceptable. He had the whole Hilfiger shit on. Now at that point,
Oh, he was wearing gear.
yeah, he wearing his gear. At that point, I'm trouble man. I got the tailor-made suit. I got the Benz outside. I got the Lex outside, right in front of the club. And Tommy Hilfiger doesn't know that I'm one of the owners. So he comes in, and his assistant goes, "That's Tommy Hilfiger." And I go, "I don't give a fuck. I don't wear Tommy Hilfiger shit. You see the shit I'm wearing right now? This shit's tailor-made, bro. You know, I'm a Harlem dude. You know, I'm overdressed, dressed to the nine." I said, "Yo, you see what this is?" So Tommy Hilfiger gets insulted. I said, "Man, go look." He said, "Give me your card." I said, "All you dudes, y'all want the card and all that shit. Here's my card." I said, "But you know what? Go home, put a jacket on. I'll let you in. I know you live in the neighborhood. Go put a jacket on." I can say one thing about him. He apologized. We had a grand opening type party, and he apologized. And then at that time, they had Tyrese. Tyrese was doing ads. Tyrese was real handsome, black kid, chiseled. I'm talking about early Tyrese.
Pepsi commercial back.
Yeah, Pepsi.
Back of the bus. Pepsi.
Yeah, he one of them pretty niggas. You want to punch him in the face. Because really, you know, so I said to him, I said, "Well, you know, if you want," because I'm thinking I'm cute or whatever, I said, "You can put me in one of them ads." Tommy Hilfiger looked at me like, "Okay," and walked away. Like, you're pushing it right now. You know, but I trained, like I said, in karate. I also trained in some kung fu, and of course, Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Viennese Jiu-Jitsu. So I got the gamut of the whole thing, you know, from...
Taekwondo.
I was looking, what's that?
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo.
And your belt, you're like black belt in all of these.
Yeah, I trained
genres?
Taekwondo with S.M. Cho, Shotokan Karate. You know, worked with Thomas the Puppet, but also with Reno Morales.
Okay.
You know, I did Krav Maga. I did my early BJJ with Henzo Gracie, but
Be
then
honest
COVID
with
now.
jiu-jitsu, you know, if you don't know what VJJ is.
Yeah,
I know it was coming.
I thought he said BJ, and I was thinking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I thought he
Yeah.
said
Jiu-Jitsu.
BJJ. Oh,
BJJ.
okay.
so VJJ and BJJ. I wanted to learn BJJ back because everybody was going crazy over BJJ, and I met Henzo Gracie at the Martial Arts Super Show. "Hey, my friend, you want to come down, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Okay, cool." And the funny thing was, when they were interviewing people who were all these Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, on the mat, we had like 50 guys. The MMA professional fighters were there, black belts were here, purple belts and brown belts were here, and the blue belts were in the back, and the white belts were further in the back. I'm a blue belt, but this is the most fun I ever had. I'm having a good time. We rolling every day. I'm a blue belt. Dude comes in there from Black Belt Magazine, and he sees me. He goes, "Professor, Sensei Mo," and I'm like,
Low-key.
"Can I talk to you?
Keeping them low.
Oh, I have a talk with you?" I was like, so Henzo comes over. "Hey, yeah, he's one of my students. You know, one of my guys. Come up, man. Mo, speak to him." And while I'm talking to him, all the MMA fighters and shit, you know, tattooed, rough white boys with shit on their neck, they're like looking at me like this. So finally I sit down and the guy goes, so who are you? I said, I'm the dude that you gave an arm bar to 3 times in a row. How about that? I'm that guy. So you never know who you're messing with or who you're around at that kind of situation. But there was a lot of guys of certain levels, you know, like, and I've traveled. I've been to Thailand. I've trained in Thailand. I've trained in the Philippines. Again, when we talk about business, you can be a star locally, but you have to learn how to be more international in what you're doing. If you want to be an expert, you have to conduct yourself and act like an expert. And also, you're going to have to make an investment. A lot of people come to me, especially with the 52s. The 52s is the hood martial arts.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
Everybody thinks it's free. I got to eat. Since I got to eat.
Yeah.
I got bills.
So 52 blocks, that's what you call it. Is that a style or is it?
It's a style.
It's a style. Okay. Because I was thinking 52 blocks, like, okay, you got to go down 52 Harlem blocks and fight the nicest dude on the block to win. You know, but I realized it's a style. Oh.
Yeah, it's a style. It's a style that, you know, that we haven't been acknowledged for our styles. We don't get acknowledged for the things we do, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Like I used to have the kids do a whole thing on black inventors. Everybody know who dances and all that shit. When you sit in that folding chair right now, Nathaniel Alexander invented that folding chair. Absolutely. You know, when you on that GPS, and you work on that GPS, Dr. Shirley, I think Jackson, invented that GPS. And these are the things that we need to teach our kids, and we need to be able, because they'll take it and take all the credit. Yeah. You know, when you get in the elevator, you turn your light on. You know, we've been there, we've done that.
Facts.
The lawnmower, I told my Mexican boy who was out there doing lawn, I said, you know, black man invented lawn. Oh, more black man invented everything? Yes! Yes!
I'm glad, and I'm kind of glad you went there, because that was too, like, how, you've trained and you've been pretty much international. How much of it, because most of the time when we grew up, everybody, Saturday morning, cartoon flicks, not cartoon flicks, I'm sorry, karate flicks, and we think Bruce Lee. How much of black African culture really, because just like how we are part of the origin of almost everything, like, and I'm asking because I'm asking for the knowledge. I don't know, but I'm quite sure there's a lot of our culture that is part of the origin of that, but we don't get that credit. And I'm sure that since you studied for years,
you know, like there's places in Japan, the Anu people, they're the blacks that go there. If you go to any of the temples, Buddha looks like Buddha, and he got an earring. Mm-hmm. We tried to tell you, you didn't listen. Mm-hmm. They tried to tell you. You saw Buddha. You buy Buddha right now. He's got these beautiful big lips that we have. Pause. He's got
broad nose.
He got the broad nose, and he got a goddamn earring. Pick it up, people. The people that wear earrings is us. Just like when you watch the Olmec heads in Mexico, they have helmets on.
Oh, these styles.
And they have.
Yep.
And I went and bought an Olmec, and my baby girl, she's a grown person now. I got 2 grandsons with her now, but my daughter used to say, Daddy. And everybody got a kick out of it. She was only 2-3 years old. She touched the Olmec, because we had it right on the desk. And she said, Daddy. I said, who's that? And everybody thought it was funny, it was a joke, but I thought it was deep. People were like, who's this? And she go, Daddy. Right. Because what did Daddy have? I had 3 earrings. She said, what do your earrings mean? I said, one's you, one's your mother, that's you, and that's your brother. And she saw me with 3 earrings, and I also wore a helmet, the martial arts helmet. So she saw me in the martial arts helmet, and she put that together out of the mouths of babies. Right. But they left historical evidence that we were there. Of course, Buddha Dhamma, who was the basic godfather of martial arts, Buddha Dhamma was black, you know? And this fighting system, the 52 blocks, people like to say it comes from jail. It was forged and developed in jail, but it comes from people don't want to say it comes from the plantation.
Let's go.
And what happens is, you ever know anything about the Brazilian martial arts called capoeira?
Capoeira, yes.
Yeah, capoeira was the fighting art that was disguised as the dance.
Right.
They came over. The 52s comes from knocking and kicking. The Americans used to call it knocking and kicking. And you went from knocking and kicking, and then they called it wall fighting. Then they called it Virginia Shuffle. You see Muhammad Ali doing the shuffle? All the shuffle, the head movement, shoulder movement, we created that. You don't get credit for it,
Of course.
but we created that. And then you got the Virginia Shuffle. After the Virginia Shuffle, then you got Jailhouse Rock.
Told
And
you
then
today would be
Jailhouse,
special. Told you today would be special.
Jailhouse Rock was what a lot of us came into. Then later on, because the card game was so popular, everybody had cards when I was a kid. Everybody played cards.
That's right.
So the card game, the 52 blocks. There's 52 cards in the deck.
In the deck.
There's 52 weeks in a what?
Wow.
Yeah.
There we go, the 52 blocks. So the 52 blocks started to come into play. So people started doing the 52 blocks. So if I lay down a card, you get 7 blocks. So if I spar with you, if you get 3 blocks, that's all you get. If you get 1 block,
Oh, okay.
all right?
Okay.
Okay.
When my brother went to Vietnam, first of all, before my brother went to Vietnam, there was a gang, a New York gang. We're talking about New York gangs, Tomahawks, Savage Skulls, Ghetto Brothers. I was the Savage Skull.
Okay.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans, Savage Skulls, Ghetto Brothers, Savage Skulls. But the grown men was the Black Spades.
Yeah,
The Black
that's it.
Spades became the security of all of hip hop at one time. We talk about business.
Right.
A lot of those parties and stuff didn't go through if the Black Spades didn't. What does the Black Spade mean in a card deck? Power. It means you have the ultimate power. That's what the Black Spade. So when my brother and them said, well, he told me this, when they went in to the village and destroyed the village, they left that card. And you'll see also a lot of Vietnam vets had the Black Spade card.
Tucked on
You've seen it in the helmet. It was traditional.
This is why we call him Professor.
Exactly. It was traditional, that card. If you look up right now, Google it. Google me, bitches. Google me, bro, right now. I'm asking you to do that. The cards in Vietnam, soldiers with cards in their head, you're going to see Black Spades. One of the biggest, strongest gangs that come out of the East Coast was the Black Spades. So that name meant something. So that's how we got into that. Now for me, understanding how to make the 52 blocks into a business so we don't get all these crazy, because the martial arts is a business.
Yes.
All the martial arts is business.
In the business.
Only us got niggas walking around looking for free shit. I don't owe you shit. So first thing we got to do is a curriculum, a standard. And another thing you have to have, what does every martial arts have? A code of conduct.
Right. That's right.
When you start talking about prison and all that and all the negativity, that mother's not taking her kid to you.
That's right.
We even had to change some of the names. One of the names, this is Rob the Bank. We changed that name because the parents don't, look, mommy, I'm robbing the bank.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
On the moves.
Yeah.
Move there.
All the moves have, you got skull and crossbones, you got stack the deck, you got all kinds of different moves. That's what I love about the 52s. It's in English, and all the techniques have an explanation. Real simple. Stack the deck, roll the dice, skull and crossbone. This is my skull, this is my crossbone. If you look at me on the cover of Black Belt magazine, I'm doing skull and crossbone. That's the cover of The Deadliest Art of Survival, and I'm still doing a skull.
And also in the movie, the guy,
Yeah.
you
Definitely.
Wow. So you know what? We're gonna have to take a break because we didn't even get to the movie aspect.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So, yeah. So Pop Up Palooza podcast. Our special guest, Professor Mo. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave them comments, baby. We'll be back in a little bit.
Bro, you got.
Crazy.
All right, and welcome back to Pop Up Palooza podcast, where we elevate, connect, and grow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. One thing that this brother here is a professor, and what he does from time to time on special occasions, like Harlem Week is coming up, he's going to give a special event that I'd like him to talk about. Brother, won't you let him know what you're doing?
Well, Harlem Week and the Deadly Art of Survival magazine, I'm on the cover of the Deadly Art of Survival magazine. They're going to be sponsoring me doing a seminar, 2 seminars. Be one seminar at 1, another seminar at 4.
1 p.m., 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gives people an opportunity
What
to.
day? What day?
That's going to be on the 16th. That's
That's,
that day in Harlem Week.
Sunday. That's Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah, the whole weekend, the 15th and the 16th, are the 2 biggest days because it's right on 135th Street.
Yep. My block.
233 West 135th Street. You go downstairs, and it's right there. And during the Harlem Week, on one of the best days in Harlem Week, which is the
last day.
16th, I try to get that. We're going to be talking with the community and showing them the 52 blocks, introducing them to the 52 blocks. If you know it already, bring some hand gear. Come on down. You can get 52 block T-shirts. This is the Bat Channel. I'm doing a movie with Jonathan Majors, and the first thing I told Jonathan Majors is, you got to put the Bat Channel on. So definitely, you can go down there and get your merch.
How do they get there? Or how do they get the access?
Accessing what mean?
To you mean, is it tickets or how you?
Yeah, well, you can text me at 646-373-7804. I keep it simple. You text me and let me know that you want to come. And you want to come, it's easy. If you just show, it's $25. So please, give me a call. I want you to go there and enjoy yourself, at the event.
Okay.
It's not about money, it's about the community. We have you there, and we'll even give you a bottle of water if you come.
All right. So, with the 52 block system and that lesson that's going to be on, it's only 1 in 4 that you'll be demonstrating.
1 in 4, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else going on during the day for that? For your, as far as it's at the dojo, right?
Yeah. It'll be at the dojo on 135th Street.
Okay.
That's across the street from the police station. A little further up.
All right. Anything else? Any brothers got questions? All right, because I definitely wanted people to know this brother has been a big part of the ending of my martial arts journey, because I haven't picked it back up again. But it is something to see, to go watch him teach and watch him interact with the community. It's a beautiful thing. And we'll take a couple of minutes and be right back.
Crazy.
Welcome back to Pop Up Palooza podcast, the podcast where we elevate, connect, and grow with vendors and other business-minded folks out here to try and get the hustle going. And we got a really good hustler here today. We're going to throw some questions at him, see how he can handle it. So, for me, my question would be, over the years, who has been, I think I actually, who's the most impressive, but actually not impressive to you and what you did, what you've seen, the movies and everything, like, was it, we can go starting from Bruce Lee all the way up, but who do you think, like, really harnessed their skill, put it on film, and made it look as hot as hell?
Well, nobody can beat Bruce Lee. He's the one.
I like to throw that in the box, put him in the box. Yeah, Bruce
Lee's
to the
out.
side. Yeah.
I got to give love to Scott Atkins and Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai's on that list. All right.
And Mike's on that list.
All right. Cool. Dogs, what you got?
Just say What do you love better, the movies or actually teaching students and mentoring, or you just getting?
They're totally two different journeys.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love my students. I love teaching my students. But I am semi-retired, so because I figured there comes out a time where I don't want to be like 70 years old. So I said, you know what? But I love my students. I always do love my students. So that's been a big accomplishment. But the movie's a grind, man. It's a grind. This last movie I dealt with, actually, I got hit with COVID. And I got hit with the strike. I lost 5 fucking years.
Wow.
And people go to you, when's the movie coming out? When you gonna make it come out? And let me tell you something else. When we talk about business. A mistake I made was I should have took the money offered to me right away.
Hello.
But I thought the movie was so good.
Hello.
Never sit on an offer. I sat on an offer.
Oh my God. I want to get up. I want to get up. That is so. Oh my God.
Never sit on an offer. We're talking about business. And he fucking died.
Wow.
And the other investor, we're talking about executive producers, he went to jail for the PPP loan 2 days before we had the red carpet at the AMC Theater.
Wow.
I had the red carpet at the AMC Theater. You can't make this shit up. He went to jail for the PPP loan.
Damn.
And the other one died. Now we're talking about, I don't want to just make like it's all bad luck, but you got to take it while you can get it.
Like you get it.
Then we lost another brother who was investing in the movie. I worked on getting another investor. I took him out to Thailand. He loved it in Thailand. He moved out to Thailand.
Oh, wow.
He got the young girl. He's 75 years old, little guy. He got the 40 years old. She's a tenderoni for him.
Right.
He got the 40-year-old Thai chick. Life is good. I call him every night about 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock here is 12 noon there. 12 midnight here. My man. He says, man, you're such a good brother. I got to give you this money. I'm going to come give you this money to help you do the whole Netflix thing. No problem. I never want to seem like I'm in a rush
Right.
with people. But you got to take the money when it's offered.
Yeah.
He says, I'm coming in on the 22nd. I just bought a motorcycle. I said, dude, stay your old ass on that scooter. Nah! Gets on the fucking motorcycle.
Impales himself. Damn.
So now he got bills. He can't think about me no more. I can't ask him. So that's why you got to, when I had a dude during COVID, one of the guys, he wanted to meet me. I'm talking about when we were masked up and you had to be outside trying to give the money to me. My dumb ass didn't take it. So now I had to find the money.
Lessons, people. Lessons.
And what is a producer? You find the money.
Right.
When people talk to me, sorry. Everybody's a fucking filmmaker. You got a camera, don't mean you're a filmmaker. Show me your jacket, which is your poster. Show me your posters. How many posters you got? What platform is your movie on?
Right.
Don't talk about you a movie maker. And people come in, we had the same problem in the martial arts. You got guys that hang around dudes for 50 years and never get on the floor, never do anything. And yeah, I'm a martial arts warrior, I'm a martial arts champion. The fuck have you done? You don't have that? When I got promoted to red belt, sorry. When I got promoted to red belt, somebody came to my red belt
Ceremony.
commencement ceremony, and this nigga is going to talk about, well, I don't believe in belts. Well, I'm getting a belt today, stupid. So I had to tell him, get the fuck out of my place.
Right.
And he didn't believe it. And Master Justice, Master Justice this big, but he will, and he old, and he'll finish your ass. Said, Justice, take his ass out of here. We almost got me in a fight just because you have the unmitigated gall, the audacity to come to my event, to come to my shit, and tell me what the fuck you believe in.
Minimize you, yeah.
Well, what the fuck you believe in? Google me, bitches. Google me.
This has been great, a lovely day. This is to show you that all things can be made into business, and this is what we do here at Pop Up Palooza, trying to elevate you, trying to connect you, trying to help you grow. And see you next time. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, let us know exactly what you're feeling. Peace.
Salute.
Building something bigger than views. If you're ready for the next, come and step into the room. Pop up, show out, let the city see you move. Real opportunity at Pop Up Palooza. From the streets to the suites, yeah, we changing the rules. If we win, we all win. Pop Up Palooza.